way back in the foothills of the Blue Ridge Mountains, and I'm here to release a rat snake that was turned into us last year by a friend of mine since high school, who found it in her barn, and it had gotten into some trouble and had a little accident. So I think I'll wait and explain the accident in detail when I arrive at the site, so I can show you the site location and all of the things that go along with that. So yeah, that's what we're doing today. We're releasing a rat snake that has been rehabilitated successfully, and it's time to go back home for this little guy. So this is the coop. They just converted a stall into a coop. And currently they have a roosting area up above the ladder here, accessed by the ladder. And below that are these trays for collecting the guano that they then use as fertilizer for the garden. But back when Scar had his accident, they had some nest boxes built along this wall. And the chickens would not use those nest boxes, so they moved the nest boxes over here. And there's one up here. You can see some eggs, fresh eggs. And then down here, some eggs in this box. And if you notice, there's two. There's a blue and a brown. This one looks like an egg, but it's not. This is a fake egg. Labeled fake just so you can make sure. And this is what caused Scar to have his accident. So what actually happened was when they built the nest boxes in this location, they placed the fake egg into one of the boxes to hopefully induce the hens to lay. These were young hens, and it was their first, probably their first experience laying. And so they needed something to help induce them. And that's what these eggs are often used for. Some people also use these eggs to kill snakes. Yeah, that's right. And that's really sad. So they put them in the box with the existing eggs, and the snake comes along, eats the fake egg, and then it can't digest it, and it causes the snake to starve to death. Yeah, super sad. Now that's not what the Johnsons were doing. They were legitimately using these eggs to induce the chickens into laying eggs in those nests, but it never worked. And so that's why they moved the nest boxes over here. Now it's working, but that's beside the point. What happened was this young black snake came in and he found eggs, and he was very happy. Wow, look, eggs, I love to eat eggs. And so he gobbled up the fake egg along with possibly some others. And then they caught him. They saw him, didn't catch him, but they saw him in the nest box and tried to catch him, but he fled down into this crack and went down inside the wall. So they had to take the wall apart to get him out. Here's some images from that day back in August of last year, 2023. And you can see in these images we have the snake after he'd eaten the egg, and then the snake down in the wall. Yeah, so it was not a pretty picture. I was a couple hundred miles away at the time and was in touch via text. It turned out, I basically said, you'll have to take the wall apart to get the snake out, and then if you can take it to, I would have dealt with it myself and taken it to my vet at the time, but I said, I'm not in town. It would be good if you could take it to an emergency vet, and they can remove the egg. So the snake went to a local wildlife rehabilitation organization. They kept the snake throughout the entire winter. They did have their veterinarian remove the egg. They kept the snake for the entire winter. And then finally got back in touch with us this spring, and I was able to have a friend pick the snake up, who then he brought the snake to me, and we have him today for his release back into his home habitat, which that's the goal. When we do wildlife rehabilitation work, the goal is to first do no harm to the animals, You know, if an animal's been injured, we don't want to harm it anymore, so then we help it as much as we can. We take it to veterinarians, actual licensed veterinarians who know their stuff, and they do the work. You know, we can do some, but we are not veterinarians. We're rehabilitators. So we can do what we can do, but this snake would have been far and above my skill level. So since I was out of town, had to have it taken to another location, another facility. They had their veterinarian remove the egg. The snake overwintered in their location. And then finally we got the snake back. The snake did very well. It ate. You know, I knew it was going to be fine when it started eating several mice a week. And now that we have warm weather, it's time to release it. So let's do that. I would like to mention, as I'm walking out to get the snake, they use some of this plastic netting that often people use for protecting their chickens, as they're doing here, or protecting fruit trees, things like that. And that's okay. Just be aware that it is it's very, well, there's another way to put it. It's deadly to certain species of wildlife. I have rescued so many snakes out of this exact netting. The small rat snakes, they can get their head in here and then they'll keep moving forward and they'll get stuck in this netting. Then they'll get all twisted around in it and then they're really stuck and it can kill them or maim them. Very, very shortly, we're going to be releasing another snake we have in captivity that is being treated for this very reason, that it got stuck in some of this netting. So look forward to that video in the future. That snake's also recovered nicely and will be released very soon. Okay, it's time to release Scar, the rat snake. All right, so here he is. Scar is in this suet box, and we're going to take him out and let him go. He's in a pillowcase. He's ready to go. That's him right there. He was fed on Wednesday of last week. He ate 2 mice. So he should be ready to go off and be a healthy wild snake. And maybe eat a few more of your chicken eggs, but hopefully no more of the fake chicken eggs.
There will be no more fake chicken eggs in the coop. Yep.
Oh, look, this is from his last shed.
Oh, wow.
That's the head part of his skin, and you can see the eye caps that cover his eyes. Isn't that cool?
That really is.
All right, here he is.
Oh.
Come on out. And I'll let you see his little scar.
Oh, yeah.
See right there?
Uh-huh.
You can get close if you want to. Yeah. He won't. He probably won't bite you.
I know. I
say probably. Looks like he has a retained eye cap on his eye from his spectacle.
Oh, yeah.
He'll rub that off with his next shed.
Okay.
I'm going to try to pick this off of here as much as I can, because that might be a little irritating to him. It's coming off. Come on, buddy. Yeah, see there?
Oh, yeah.
So the veterinarian had to open his body cavity up and remove the egg from right there.
It was pretty far down. I mean,
yeah.
Because I saw it initially when it was pretty close in, but we couldn't get to him good enough to get him to agitated to regurgitate it.
Exactly. There he is. He's probably maybe 3 or 4 years old. I think it's a male.
Oh, we figured he was a little older than that.
Yeah, it might be a female, actually. The tail's kind of short for his body size. So I think it's a female. Okay. Scarlina. But here we go. We're going to let her go.
All right.
They're such good climbers. Look at him go. And I'm pretty sure that she knows exactly where she is. And look at that tongue. It's working its tongue a lot. And that tells you that it's sensing this environment. It's probably recognizing that this is its home, and it's probably been looking for that scent for the last almost year. You know, this fence is warm, so that's letting the snake thermoregulate, warm up, and build up some energy before it goes off and starts to investigate areas that it grew up in. This is its home. And when we rehabilitate an animal, we always try to bring it back to its home habitat. She is looking at me. I don't have any mice for you. You're going to have to hunt. You have to go back to hunting like you did for the first part of your life. You know, like I said, this snake's been with us about 10 months. And, well, not that entire time. It's been with us about actually 2 months. The rest of that time it was at the clinic that did the removal of the egg, that did the actual surgery. You know, she may stay there for a long time. She might leave now as soon as we turn around.
Yeah, you can zoom in on that tail coming in.
Oh, cool. Wow, that's a serious zoom.
Yeah.
Taking some pictures.
Taking some pictures of it.
Oh, that sun, that's going to be good. That's going to really energize him. I'm going to
I don't think
try.
you'll fall off.
I wonder if I can get a picture of the scar. Was it on the left or right side? There it is. Oh, oh, don't fall off. There it is. What are you going to do? Let's see, rat snakes are extremely good climbers, as you can see. And now she, they are fairly cool, and so you can see some balancing going on. And you see how it's putting a coil on either side for added balance, but it could still fall. It doesn't want to, but it could still fall, but I don't think it's going to. We'll see where it goes. It might go straight back into the barn.
Yeah.
But it's working that tongue. It knows where it is now. Very cool. This is what it's all about for me, is helping the animals and getting them back to their home habitat so that they can play the vital role that they play in nature. You know, and of course the role of the rat snake is to keep the rat populations, the rodent populations in check. I got a picture of y'all in the background with Scar, or Scarlina. Oh, good picture of the Scar. Oh, come on. There we go. All right, let's just leave Scar alone now. See what happens.
All right.
Well, that's a neat image there, if I can make it work. Oh, lost the camera. There it is. You gonna climb up on the camera?
He's just scrolling, trying to figure out where he's gonna go. I don't know. He was in that little box, yeah.
And then of course this snake has the potential to grow to be, 5-6 feet long on average, and just a big heavy bodied, very, very robust snake to have around. Totally non-venomous, a constrictor in the way it feeds. So the rats and the mice and the moles and the voles have no chance when you have these guys around. And they like to lay their eggs in mulch piles, rotting vegetation. They're also communal nesters, and so if one female lays, the others will smell her scent, go in and lay eggs if it's a good site, and then you'll have a big clutch of eggs from several females. And then you can have these little hatchlings all over the place. And the hatchlings look totally different. They're gray with they're gray with black blotches. And so, as they get older, they get darker and darker. But a lot of people confuse the young with something venomous because they appear to have a very triangle shaped head. But compared to their body size, their head is larger and more triangular, but they're absolutely harmless. Might take a while before Scar figures out what to do. On some releases, the snake just dashes away. On others, you get this.
He just hangs out.
Yeah. And I thought I would use the fence because it's undoubtedly probably laid out on that fence on cool mornings to warm up in the sun. This is very interesting. It's going up the camera again.
They're going up the camera.
He's just checking it out.
Yep. And they do like to climb. They're extremely good climbers. Oh, that's funny. It's going between the legs of the tripod. I'm just going to stand here and not move. See what happens. You're about to see how well they can climb. Now, if the snake comes down to the ground, which it's doing, and comes towards you, don't move. Just be very still, and it will probably just crawl right by you. I've had them crawl right between my legs like I wasn't even there, because they don't care about us. They just want to get back to their habitat and their daily routine. And that warm fence gate must feel really good against their belly. Look at that balance. That is incredible, isn't it? Woo, 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 wiggle, wiggle. Oh, oh, are you going to fall? Are you going to do it? Oh, you're going to make it. Look at that.
That's what he's doing. He's walking on a balance.
Yep. And you'll notice when I walk very softly, trying to stay on the mulch. They can feel vibrations through the ground. They don't hear like us. They don't have ears. And so where's he going? Might go, oh, I see, it's going to the left of the pipe. I thought it might go into that drain pipe, but nope, it's just sliding to the left of it. Right through the poison ivy, which luckily doesn't make them itch. And there he goes. See you later, Scar. Yep. You may never see it again, but I have a feeling you probably will.
It's going into that pipe.
It might. It might go into the pipe. Let's see what it does. It's going below the pipe. It might be looking for water now because it could be thirsty, although it had water in its bowl when I left this morning. No, it's just sniffing around. Yeah, it might be going into the pipe, actually. Thank you. It's either going into the pipe or just below it. I can't really tell for sure.
You can't really see it when that's streaming off.
Yeah. Yeah, and that is the end of a very successful, kind of convoluted story. You don't know the half of it, but I'm not going to go into it. Yeah, very successful release of a beautiful black rat snake. All right, well, that was a wonderful, successful, beautiful release of an animal that we've had in our care for, like I said, almost a year in the care of the wildlife rehabilitators, that is. And it's just really nice to be able to release an animal that was injured due to us humans just being here on Earth. Even though it was an injury, a problem caused by not intention but by accident. Still we cause a lot of the problems for wildlife that they face. If we weren't here, they wouldn't be going through these issues. But we're also, you know, like I've said many times, we're the disease, but we're also the cure. And to have a cure, you need to have a lot of information. You need to have a lot of knowledge. And, well, that's why I do what I do. I want to bring to you these stories of these animals that have experienced hardship due to human interaction. And then, due to humans, they've been healed, saved, whatever you want to call it, and then repatriated back into their homes, their habitats. And that's exactly what we've done today. Thank you to everyone involved in this almost year-long endeavor with this one young rat snake. Thank you for making it possible, to the Johnson family especially, because you rescued him from his initial eating of the fake egg. And thank you to everyone who worked to, you know, get him back to health and then finally bring him back home. So that's a great end to another wildlife rescue story. Scar lives in an absolutely beautiful location. Looking in the middle of this image, you can see a home with a riding ring, and between the riding ring and the home, there is a barn. Well, in that barn, that is where Scar was found. And he lives in the barn and the surrounding area, and you just couldn't find a better place. And the people who own the property, the Johnsons, they also welcome Scar and his friends because they understand that rat snakes help us. They do a good thing for us, and that is they eat rodents. They keep the rodent populations under control in their habitat, which is also our habitat. And when our habitats cross, we need to learn how to work with our native wildlife instead of being afraid of them.